I want to apologize. I am a little sick. My nose is stuffy, so I'm going to sound a little bit weird. But the NBA lottery today at 8 o'clock, pretty crazy shit. So you have the Spurs with the first pick. You have the Hornets with the second pick. You have the Portland Trailblazers with the third pick. As an Orlando Magic fan, destroyed. I can't believe it. I really wanted Victor Wembanyama. That would have been, a blessing. But, it is what it is. At least I'm not a Pistons fan. So, I count my blessings there. It's very interesting, this little timeline of things happening. Victor Wembanyama, obviously, gonna be a Spur. I don't care what anyone on Twitter says. Scoot Henderson, all that bullshit. I love Scoot Henderson. He is amazing. I wish we had the second pick. If I'm being honest, I wish Orlando would have had the second pick. I wouldn't have been mad. I wouldn't have been mad, at all. Victor Wembanyama is probably going to go to the Spurs. And it's pretty storybook. It's a fairy tale story at this point. Greg Popovich has developed a bunch of good young players. You have Tim Duncan. You have Tony Parker. You have David Robinson. You have Manu Ginobili. There's a lot of players. It's a lot of players, and there's a lot of potential for Greg Popovich to turn Victor Wembanyama's potential into something that is greater than ever. You know what I'm saying? And, there's a lot of people talking about, he's going to be a bust, injuries, all this bullshit. I'm not seeing that happening. Victor Wembanyama's frame is absolutely insane. It's weird, you grow up and you have these guys that are dumb tall. They're 6'5". In sixth grade, and they don't know how to move their bodies. They just can't control that shit, It's really awkward and lanky, but Victor Wembanyama, even though he is lanky, he is like a PNG image on a computer, and you grab the corner diagonally and you drag it. You don't grab the middle one and drag it straight up. You drag him diagonally. His body just is big. He's just a giant. I don't know how else to explain it, and he moves great. He shoots the ball. He's a 3-level scorer. He really is just that guy. He is that guy. I just don't see failure in him. He has the potential to be at least an all-star player. Obviously, I think he's going to be greater than that, but the potential will take him, and Greg Popovich will take him where he needs to be. I believe that. I truly believe that. Now, you do have Scoot at the second pick with the Hornets, and I honestly was not a big fan of that. I don't really care for the Hornets right now. Sorry for any Hornets fans. And Portland getting third is pretty crazy. That's going to determine a lot of things that Portland decides to do with their team. I don't really know what they will do. I don't know if they're just going to decide to trade, or if they're going to decide to, keep that pick and trade Dame for something for young pieces. I have no idea. It's gonna be very interesting to see what Portland does in the offseason. But I don't see a world where they trade Dame, or if they decide to keep Dame and then see what he can do with whatever they get with the third pick. And some players aren't good in their first year, but they're gonna hope that whoever falls to the third, either they could trade the third pick and the pieces they have to make a really good core around Dame, or they decide to trade Dame and go young. I don't think Brandon Miller, or if Brandon Miller goes second, Scoot Henderson is really gonna be that great their first year, to the point where they're like, okay, this is gonna be a championship team, because that's never really been the problem with them. I feel like they just struggle with their depth a lot, or getting another star player around Dame, a really, really good player, complements Dame really well, just something like that, or just someone that I think that would just be better. I'm very interested to see what happens, though. The draft is going to be very interesting. Magic has the 6th and 11th pick, so I'm very excited to see what happens there. I will be going to a lot of summer league stuff, hopefully this summer, to try to maybe just communicate, try to do something. I'm very, very interested, in the sport of basketball, so I just love to, scratch some brains over there. But yeah, Victor Wembanyama probably going to be a Spur, man. And who knows how far that guy will